the market opening on your screens. And I think we've got, what, 21,943 coming up on the Nifty. Those are the first rates, and the Sensex is coming up with some red as well, about 180 odd points, 187 points. So 72 points lower on the Nifty and 185 points lower on the Sensex are the first rates. Straight away to mid-caps and small-caps. Mid-cap index is down about 1%, 573, 600 points lower on the mid-cap index. And the small-cap, which of course has been the bigger pain point, and that index was down 5 yesterday. The small-cap index is down about 1% as well. So a weaker start. We'll see, but these are the first rates. But more with Sonia. She's standing by. Sonia.
Well, thanks a lot for that. I think the important number is right there, right? The BSE declining number, which is 1,124 stocks on the declining side and just 420 on the advancing side. So that goes to show you that the market breadth is very, very weak at the moment, and at least at the start of trade. Let's see how it goes from here. I also want to once again pull up the small cap index and the mid cap index. There you have the mid cap index down almost 500 points over there, down over 1%. And the Nifty small cap index here is down 1.5%. So not looking good as far as the opening for the market is concerned, which is the broader markets. Straight to individual stocks then. Tata Motors has signed an MOU with the Tamil Nadu government for setting up vehicle manufacturing facility in the state, so that is positive. I also want to see what's happening with HDFC Bank, because there is this FTSE rebalancing on the 15th, which could lead to more flows coming into HDFC Bank. And this is important. While the market is down quite a bit, the HDFC Bank stock is down only 0.3%. So clearly there is a degree of outperformance that we're seeing. Also, delivery buying has picked up in HDFC Bank in the last couple of days, so keep an eye out on that. Coal India, Nigel was talking about that a while back, so it would be interesting to see it. Look at that, outperforming the market. Jefferies has a buy call with a target price of 530 on Coal India, so it's looking pretty good over there. Cholamandalam Finance, Jefferies has a buy call on that stock as well. They have a target price of 1400 on the stock, which is a big upside to the current market price, so there's an outperformance there. Chola Finance is the one I'm talking about. IIFL Finance, on the other hand, more downgrades coming through after what happened in the recent past. HSBC has downgraded it to a reduce with a target cut to 340 from 790. But, it's already at 385, so there is perhaps some more to go on the downside. A couple of more stock action in terms of news flow. Godrej Properties has bought a 3-acre land in Hyderabad. The booking value potential is 1,300 crores. JSW Energy has bagged a letter of intent from Solar Energy Corporation for 700 megawatts connected solar capacity. Kalpatru Power Projects has bagged an order worth 2,445 crores. HAL has bagged an order worth 8,000 crores for 34 advanced light helicopters. And I want to look at the EV stocks once again. You have Sona BLW, you have Uno Minda. These would be the key beneficiaries of the government's continued focus on electrification as per a Nomura report. But otherwise for the market, I think the Nifty Bank is feeling the heat now, down almost about 380 odd points. While the Nifty is holding steady, it's the broader markets which continue to be under pressure. Back to you.
All right, Sonia, thanks a lot for that. By the way, Nimesh's standout brokerage report on IPCA, that one is flying away. That's up closer around 5%. So clearly the street taking note of that one. Hindustan Copper as well as up close around 3.5%. It's corrected from around 300 rupees to around 235 rupees yesterday. But copper prices were up overnight, as Manisha told us. So that's why that stock, in fact, is up close to around 3.5%. Mahanagar Gas has seen a sharp correction in the last few days, but that's opened up in the green. It's up close to around 3% from around 1,500 rupees, went down all the way to around 1,200 rupees. But that one is higher in today's trading session. What else is moving around? Well, I just want to point out two key aspects for the Nifty to hold up. One is Reliance Industries. That, at least for starters, it's come out in support of the bulls. The 50 DMA, as I mentioned earlier, that's the one I'm tracking. 2,845 is the mark you should be looking at on the downside. For the time being, it's well above that mark. The Nifty Bank is the other one. That as well, the 50 DMA is extremely crucial, and it's almost at the 50 DMA. So you want to keep an eye out on that one. If you pull up a chart, you'll see that the Nifty Bank, well, it's around those levels. So that's another important one. Coal India, biggest gainer on the Nifty, reacting to the Jefferies report. On the flip side, the fairest stocks are a little bit nervous. Tata Steel, JSW Steel, both of them down to around 2.5%. In the broader markets, well, they're getting pummeled yet again. Let's see whether or not intraday we do see some kind of spike.
All right. Well, let's just look at the broader market then, right? So IPL, that is the petrochemical chemicals company, that's down 8. It's coming up as the largest volume-led loser today. So 232 on that one, and it's not as if it's been a big outperformer or anything of that sort either. I mean, it's done well, but nothing compared to what some of the others have done. Suzlon is down 5%, large cut there. Stocks had in large volumes as well, but a 5% cut. Inox Wind is down 5%. So both Suzlon and Inox are down 5 each. So that's the wind power companies. Tata Investment Corp is down another 5%. This one, of course, a huge, still sitting on humongous gains. SW Solar is down another 5%, just under 500, 489 or so on SW Solar. Wockhardt is down 5%. These are all daily limit down, right? I think. Schneider is down 5%. So many names. But, you know, again, KPI Green is down 5. Webull Solar is down about 5%. Spark is down 5%. Gensol is down 5. Gensol, of course, I think the high was about 1,400 or so, recent high. And from those levels, it's basically almost half now, 788 on Gensol. So yeah, that's the list of what's coming up with some losses. Market breadth is negative, but it's not nothing like yesterday. But this is also just the start. So we'll see how things pan out. On the upside, apart from what we've already mentioned, Railtel is up 4%. It's the biggest #1 volume-led gainer. Hindustan Copper is up 4%, and Nigel and Manisha were talking about the copper price rally that we saw. Adani Energy Solutions is up 4%. The Adani Group stocks all sold off, right, yesterday. I can spot Adani Energy Solutions and Adani Total, which are up about 3.5%. MGL is up 3%. Action Construction is up 6%. So there is some signs of life on the upside as well in the broader space, which are coming through.
Even in the frontliners, right? The interesting part is that the market is finding some, solace in individual stocks. So look at all the large caps. There's L&T, there's Infosys, there is, of course, Coal India because of that brokerage report. There's Reliance. There's definitely buying action that's coming in. I understand that, I mean, a lot of investors speak about how they were patient for 1 year and their gains have been eroded in 1 day. So that pain is there. That pain is separate. True. But right now in the market, you are seeing some signs of buying interest in large caps.
Well, I think in the next couple of days, you could see some kind of a bounce back as well for the markets. As you were mentioning, Sonia, earlier today, the advanced tax, that will be out of the way, which is a bit of a hindrance. And also, that's a March phenomena, tax harvesting as well as advanced tax. So that will slowly get out of the way. Then we'll have to look at pockets where there is a lot of froth. They'll continue to remain under pressure. But select stocks will do well. And for the time being, the breadth of the market actually has improved. We have more than 1,000 stocks that are advancing right now. And if we can end with 1,000 stocks advancing, I'll tell you what, the bulls will party today. Because yesterday, there were only 100 stocks that advanced on the Nifty itself. When you had one of those 100 stocks in your portfolio, you would be very happy.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, it's turning, right? Almost 1:1
Getting
in terms
closer.
of the advanced decline ratio. That's what's coming through.